let's bring you our question of the week. Is the right to protest an absolute right?
It's a fundamental right. So if you call it, so long as the protest is not violent, I do not subscribe to the idea of having police permit to protest, because the right to protest is a right. It's recognized under the Constitution. You don't need police. Well, but the police will always say that you need to inform them so as to avoid a breakdown of law and order. But essentially, I don't see that you have to take permission. What if the police does not want you to protest? So what happens to your rights to protest? What the police can do in Sena climes is to protect or to be around so that the protest does not go violent. But not that you have to seek permission, and it's of recent it's being used as a political tool. Some people might apply and they will not allow them to protest. So we have seen that over time. So people are usually wary to even ask for these permissions.
There is no absoluteness in fundamental human rights. In the rights that you have as a fundamental human rights, you still have to exercise within the parameters of the law, such that you may exercise a lawful right in an inadmissible way, and that may actually make it an impediment.
Certainly, the right to protest is a fundamental human right, which is guaranteed under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But as long as it's a lawful and peaceful protest. But once it becomes unlawful, then it is not guaranteed under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But as far as it's lawful, then it's guaranteed, because everybody has the right to freedom and freedom of association under the law, and to make a peaceful and lawful process. As long as it's within that word, those two words, peaceful and lawful, then you have the right under the law of the country.
The Chief Judge of Edo State has designated 2 courts for quick handling of cases of human trafficking. The state judiciary is collaborating with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP.
I think the generality of the populace is now really concerned about this trafficking of persons, whether females or males. This should be discouraged because what we see on in the news is really outrageous.
These courts were selected to combat the increase in the number of persons engaging in human trafficking, which NAPTIP has been making efforts to eradicate. The Director General of the agency lauded the Chief Judge for the courts.
Accelerated hearing.
Thank you for watching as we end this week's edition of Law Weekly. Please feel free to send in your questions and comments on any of the issues we featured today. Do also remember that you can watch this episode and past episode of the program on our YouTube channel. I'm Millicent Walker. Until next time.